Good morning, folks. This is just another segment I wanted to tell you about another woman in my life. She's from Rockingham. I think she's also spoken to the Salvation Army or the system through some kind of hierarchies of control. Now, this white girl I met in Rockingham when I was staying there, she lived around the corner from me in Coolingam. Now, she came over one time. I met her because I used to do the gardening, and she walked past and she had a little dog, and we ended up conversating. She was a hippie-style cherry, you know. But anyway, I'll get straight to the point. I don't want to go on about nonsense. Now, one time we were at her house, and we were getting a bit freaky. So I got a blindfold and I put it on her. A nice pink sash kind thing, right? And then she was on her knees on the floor. And now she's giving me a head job, you know. So we're getting like kind of freaky. Now she's giving me a head job. And I've got this little ribbon, you know, and I'm holding it. And she's giving me a head job and stuff like that. And she's blindfolded. And now this is going on for about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. And then I was starting to come, right? And then I'm coming in her mouth. Now, so I'm coming in her mouth, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, what? What's the problem, you know? What's going on? And then she's like, I don't swallow and this and that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. And she ruined the moment totally. And I felt so bad, you know what I mean? And after that, she was kind of like acting a little strange, and I was feeling bad. But I mean, now this scenario, I mean, you've had my dick in your mouth for the last 10 to 15 minutes, and you haven't told me that you don't swallow? Because as far as I know, if you've got my penis in your mouth, it's up to you what you want to do with it. Because normally I would come in your mouth. Because as far as I know, it's rude to just pull out your dick and start coming on your face or your tits, unless you tell me to. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I knew that's what she wanted, I would have gladly pulled out and come on her face or her tits. You know what I mean? But she didn't tell me that. So I'm coming in her mouth, and then she got mad at me. You know what I'm saying? When I think about it, it's a very comical scenario. But the system knows about the scenario, about that girl. And again, they put all these scenarios together, and they've made me look like now I just want to choke a woman with my dick and be forceful. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to joke about the woman choking. My missus choked on my dick once. And it was funny. You know what I mean? People are looking at me like it sexually turns me on or something like that. But that's rubbish. You know what I mean? It's absolute nonsense. I find it a little comical when that happens. If it does happen, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing fetish about it for me. It's a little comical, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. If you choke, you know what I mean? It's nothing bad. I mean, to me, it's just normal. But anyway, the system knows about the scenario, and they've made me out to be some kind of deviant that treats women bad because of Haley, because of my ex-wife, because of Charlene that I told you about, and because of this chick from Rockingham. Now, she didn't tell me that whole time I had my dick in her mouth that she doesn't swallow. Wasn't she supposed to tell me, like, hey, look, I don't swallow, or I don't like the taste of it. So if you want, you can come over my tits or point it this way or come on my face. You know? As guys, that's kind of a dream if a woman's going to let you come over her tits or her face. That's like she's, you know what I'm saying? As a guy, that makes you feel really good, you know, like you're you're special if a woman lets you do that. So most of us guys, we don't just pull out and start blowing on you. You know what I mean? It's up to you to tell us what we got to do with it. Because as far as I think most of the time, we just assume you're going to swallow it or whatever. It's up to you what you want to do with it. But she didn't say nothing. But the system knows about that scenario as well, and they've labeled me some kind of dog for women, you know. And that was just another innocent situation. Wasn't it her duty to tell me, or her job to tell me what she wants me to do with it? You know what I mean? I ended up feeling bad, but she didn't say nothing. You know what I mean? So I was feeling bad for that. Even the other scenarios. But people are treating me like I was happy about them, or that's what I wanted to do, and that's not the case. I've lost everything in my life over this kind of stuff. People assume I'm some kind of dog towards women, bro. Because I'm a jovial person when it comes to sex and getting sexual and all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't take it too seriously. You know what I mean? It's all about having fun, adventure. But people have made me out to be some kind of sinister deviant, and it's not fair, and I've lost everything in my life over it. So anyway, I wanted to get these stories out of the way, because these stories are part of the reason that my life has been oppressed so far by the system, and everybody's been bullying me. Work, child support, corporate companies, work companies, bro, family, friends, women have been orchestrated to treat me in a certain way. So I wanted to get these stories out before I go to the beacon, because when I get to the beacon, that's when I realize it was the system that was treating me bad all this time. They were orchestrating people to treat me bad based on being a rapist, a pedophile, and a pervert, and treating women badly, like the stories I just told you. So I'll come back, and then finally we'll get to the beacon.